So it's Christmas Eve. Were you guys good this year? You gonna get something nice for Christmas? Or you getting a lump of coal? Santa Claus is gonna come down that chimney and give you a whoop. So I was thinking today I would share with you guys the wish list for the El Camino. Now the thing is, I'm missing a few parts and I'm gonna need a few things to keep moving forward. So I'm gonna go with you guys, let you know what I want for Christmas. I think I've been pretty good this year. I worked pretty hard and just fingers crossed, believe if you guys are wishing for it too, it might happen sooner. Teamwork makes the dream work, yeah? First thing I need for this, I think is gonna be a fuel cell. Sorry about the garbage bags and stuff there, but this spot right here is reserved for the fuel cell and maybe batteries. I have to redo that piping because you can see it's not the same angle on each side, but should give me sufficient room. Now I'm gonna start looking for stuff and start figuring out measurements because like I said, I'm gonna have to redo that piping. I want it to tie into the roll cage up here. So I'm gonna have to do a little science. I'm pretty sure what I'm gonna do for the fuel cell is I'm gonna talk to Nick's Drift Shop. He's always hooking me up with parts and stuff like that, and it's my favorite place to go for anything. If you're gonna shop local, support your buddies. And so I have a couple brands of fuel cells I wanna check out. I think I'm gonna need something with a fuel pump as well as a fuel filter, probably a regulator, and that should be about it. Lines too. Let's dig through the shop here, but here's the thing. My intake manifold, way up here on the shelf right now, has some crazy injectors and crazy fuel rails on it. That's Aeromotive. Now this came off of a car that was like running 9-second passes all day long. I'm not sure if the fuel pressure that I need is gonna not be enough for those injectors and stuff. I'm still learning this stuff as I go, so I don't know if those injectors are super huge and those fuel rails are obviously really big too, will a fuel pump like a 255 or whatever, will that suffice? Will that be enough to power the El Camino? It's a 6.2 liter in it, and I'm probably not gonna run more than 450 horsepower. Fingers crossed, that's kind of a goal. I wanna hit 500, but maybe not much more than that. So I'm not really sure exactly what kind of fuel system I need. I'm gonna have to look for a fuel cell with hopefully one in it. I have an exterior one. I got some stuff, let me show you. I got a few leftovers, right? So right here we have Aeromotive again. This A1000. This was originally bought for my Acadian because I was gonna run a turbo on it. And I had a fuel cell that required an exterior fuel pump, and this is an external pump. But it should be good for a lot of power. But the thing is, I don't know how much power I'm gonna run through this yet. Is that way overkill? So that's why I'm thinking if I find a fuel pump or a fuel cell with a pump that goes in it, I have this as well. That's a Denso. And I do believe it's from Denso here, and I'm pretty sure that when I ordered it, it's actually the fuel pump for a Supra, like an MK4. It doesn't say on it, but it says fuel pump. And the reason I bought that one was because before I sent my RX-7 to be dyno tuned at Derwin Performance, they told me to put a bigger fuel pump in it, and I didn't know what was in it stock. So I bought that 285 and we pulled the pump out of the car, and it turns out that it already had a 255, which was definitely sufficient for what we needed to do that day. So now I got these pumps sitting around and stuff. So first things on my wish list is the fuel cell. Then I'll have to figure out the pump and stuff like that. The regulator, I think I can use a Corvette regulator and filter. It's one unit. I might be able to get away with that. But the question again is those big Aeromotive fuel rails. Is that gonna work? I don't know. If you guys have done this before, write it in the comments. I genuinely would like to know. Take a good look at the car itself. Right here, you can see where the firewall is gonna be. I've done a bit of work since you guys have last seen it. But right here, somewhere in here, and here and here and here. Well, this is where my feet are gonna go, right? There's gonna be a floor down here. That's where my pedals are gonna sit, everything here. You can see I'm kind of working on the side here. I might have to cut this off because it's not working out too good, but this is where the new firewall will begin, right here. So I have a master cylinder for my brakes that's gonna sit in there. I have a steering column for it that's gonna go through, but the other piece I need is gonna be all the hydraulics for the clutch so I can get this transmission shifting properly. And this is an NV3500, it's out of a pickup truck. and I need everything. I have the pressure plate and the flywheel that bolts to this thing. I have a disc for it, but it's really old, and I don't know if I trust an old clutch disc that's been sitting around for a long time, because it's probably dried out, it's probably getting brittle. I would assume that would be bad news. It would blow out easier, it would be more fragile maybe. I'm not sure, but I'm gonna need a friction plate for that. So I'm gonna need all the hydraulics for that. I got some here that was kind of another goof I bought and it didn't work out. But what I need is the master cylinder, the slave cylinder, the lines. That'll probably all come together in a kit, right? I was figuring just order the one for the pickup truck. Should be good. I need a new fork for that transmission because it's like the pressure plate pushed by the fork. And might as well get a throwout bearing while I'm there. Make sure everything is good and functions right and works properly. This is where I kind of screwed up. Like, I bought this thinking it was for that transmission, but it's not. Look at that, brand new. Would have been so nice. It's hydraulic, throw a bearing, whatever. This is what pushes the pressure plate on the clutch. So it doesn't work because the transmission that's in that is, I think, a little bit older than what I ordered for. So that's actually brand new in box. I paid like 125 bucks for it. If anybody wants it, hit me up. It's brand new, never used, open box. You know, maybe I'll take off 25 bucks. You know, throw me 100 bucks and it's yours. Merry Christmas. Now, a few more things I'm gonna need for the chassis, because the El Camino is totally custom suspension on it. I put everything on from a C4 Corvette. Now, nothing is supposed to fit in there, but I made it fit. I chopped the frame, I cut it, I massaged the metal, I made it work out. So I'm gonna have to do my own brake lines and all that kind of stuff, because obviously none of the stock stuff fit. And look at that thing, it sat in the mud puddle apparently for 5 years. So half the body was rusted, half was okay, but pretty much all the lines, brake lines, fuel lines, and all that stuff definitely scrapped. It was starting to rot through in some places, and when I took it off, there was just this unbearable stench of old fuel and stuff that was in there. So add to the wish list, brake lines, fittings, everything I'm gonna need to make that. Like I said before, I already have the master cylinder with the booster. These are the brakes that came off the Corvette in the front. The back ones are still on it. I never took those off, but I did take those off. But anyways, look at that, that's terrible. Like the cylinder, the caliper is seized on there. So I'm gonna take it all apart, probably rebuild the calipers or something, see what I can do with that, because there's kits for that and I can clean them up at the same time. I have access, because of Steve, to a powder coating machine. So it would be definitely a cool thing to like try to rebuild those with the powder coater and like make them look nice, make them look new. Pick up some new rotors while I'm in there. I figured I was gonna get some wheel studs, maybe some ARP, something nice and strong that's gonna take the abuse of a drift car. Change the bearings while I'm in there, since the front end's gonna be all apart. You want it to move and stuff like that, ball joints. So pretty much anything that is replaceable for maintenance on the footwork of a C4 Corvette, I'm gonna order, bushings, stuff like that, and throw it all together. That wish list is getting big. Come on, Santa. Now, quick in the engine bay here, you can see that there's no accessories attached to it right now. I have a really cool system for the accessories, the bracket and everything is gonna bolt it on. It's made by Dirty Dingo and it looks amazing. Something I'd like to get for this thing would be steering. I'd like an electric power steering pump, so I can hook it up on a switch and be able to turn the power steering on when the car's not even running. Makes things easier to get it up on the trailer, stuff like that. Steam ports. If you guys know anything about LS's, steam ports are pretty important. That takes all the steam and all the air bubbles basically out of the engine and stuff like that. If your motor's not sitting properly, or if those are blocked, that's bad news. You're gonna get air pockets, you're gonna get hot spots in your engine, potentially pop it, blow it up. So I would like to get some sort of steam port system going on. I've seen some that look a lot like catch cans, braided lines, billet tanks. Looks amazing. So that's another thing to add to that list. Now, this El Camino is gonna be a purpose-built drift car. So to drift, you need a couple things. I got the appropriate safety gear so far, I've got a bunch of it, but inside the driver's area, one thing that I really want to put is a hydro brake. So I'm not sure if I'm going to do dual caliper on this or single caliper with that weird setup or whatever. Ideally dual caliper, but that's a lot of aluminum back there. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to go, and I don't know if any aftermarket companies make a dual caliper setup yet for the C4 Corvette. If they do, throw that in the comments. If you know about it, send me a link or something, because I definitely want to check that out. Another piece of the drift puzzle is going to be, my other drift brake ended up, my handbrake, hydro brake ended up in the RX-7. So that's why I need one for this. Plus that was an older one. I'd like to get something really cool looking, crazy looking, maybe custom do a handle, because the rest of the truck is custom, and I got all kinds of cool stuff. We got this little skull thing, check this out. Got this dude, he's gonna be my shift knob, so that should be cool. But I'm gonna do like a really crazy hydro brake in there. The other thing I need for a drift car is going to be steering knuckles, steering angles. Now, I said before, there's a C4 Corvette suspension on this thing. Pardon the sheet metal in the way, but look at this. That's not stock El Camino stuff. That's from a C4 Corvette. There wasn't this much aluminum on an El Camino. The El Camino had big, ugly springs in here that weighed a ton and had shock absorbers. This is a graphite carbon something. You can see it here. It's a big leaf spring in there. It's like a fiberglass almost, but really tough. So I can use that, or I could throw coilovers in here. I'm gonna have to make brackets up here for my shocks. That's gonna tie into the roll cage when I'm get more onto doing the roll cage stuff and everything else. But steering angle will be a must for the drift car, because if you guys know, C4 Corvettes are notorious. They're known for having bad angle. So hopefully there's a solution. I know there's a solution for like C5, C6, and I think C7s as well. I know I can get drop spindles for that thing, which I'm probably going to get, drop it down another couple inches, because the lower the better, right? It's going to look badass. I don't want that thing to sit like lay frame almost just static on its own. So I got to figure out something for maybe modify the knuckles or something to get some angle out of it, but that's a very, very important piece. Merry Christmas. So with all that said, that's my Christmas list. That's getting pretty big. We're talking about fuel cells and fuel pumps and lines and brake lines and caliper rebuilds, new pads and new rotors and new bearings and new bushings and probably a bunch of new nuts and bolts everywhere else. It's gonna get real expensive real quick, but I mean, if anybody's looking for sponsorship, partnership, now's the time, because I think this channel's gonna pop soon, right? We're going platinum, baby. We're going platinum. I've been doing this for a while, collecting parts, had a bunch of projects that I had in mind that I didn't quite follow through on, so I did end up with a lot of extra parts. Real quick, when it comes to driver's bay, well, I got this Sparco seat that was, I just bought it because I got a really good deal on it. It's FIA approved, but it's past the date, but it still will serve its purpose like it should. And it's an Evo 3, so it's big. Like, I'm 6'2", 250 pounds roughly. I'm a big guy. This seat actually gives me a little extra room, so any of my buddies that are like really big, you know, I got you. The other seat that I'm going to use is out of the RX-7, because that seat actually doesn't even fit in the car, and I've got plans for that car to do something really nice to it. I'm just trying to drop these boxes. The gauges, I guess I got all kinds of parts. But here, those are, I got a set of red Sparco harnesses. I should probably take those down and clean them. Came in Sparco box here. I got a bunch of gauges that were originally for the Acadian that I didn't get to put them in, but I have new plans for that car, and I'm going to use a different setup than I initially planned, so half that isn't going to work. Here's my tachometer. Here's a samurai helmet for some reason. Shotgun back there or something. So I got all the safety equipment I need and stuff like that. I'm probably going to pull the steering wheel out of the RX-7 too. It's that Sparco deep dish one. It's pretty sweet. Well, I'm really going to need a drive shaft and universal joints too. But other than that, I have a lot of stuff that's pretty much set. My dad's got one of these that he's working on too, and he's got a whole box load of parts left over. So after he's done his, I can kind of pick through and see if there's anything I might need. I know he's got a dash for me and a couple trim parts, but it's a race car, so I don't need a lot of stuff to get by. I got most of the stuff I need. My wish list is pretty big now, but hey, it's Christmas. Dream big, wish big, right? Come on, Santa. Come on. That's going to be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys like my little wish list. Let me know what yours is. Throw it in the comment, or find us on Facebook, Instagram. Send us messages, pictures, whatever. Interact, baby. We're all friends here. We're having a good time. That's the point of these vlogs, is I like talking to you guys because you're all my buddies. So I throw these in between of the builds and stuff like that. And it's all good and it's all fun. So it's Christmas Eve, baby. Go spend time with your friends, your family. Love, joy. Have something good to eat. Open up some presents. Remember, it's not about gifts and getting stuff. It's about family and being with people you love and trust and feeling the love, baby. So peace out. Merry Christmas. Have a good one.